actually looking at Facebook now. My Facebook got on that. Okay.
To get hairy.
Oh, whoops. Alright, hi everyone. It's Meteorologist John Choquette here. We're live, and I know the text just got sent out a couple seconds ago, so I'm going to kind of sit here for a couple moments and let people come in. Feel free to comment on the chat here, so I have an idea of how many people are in the live stream. Where I pretty much am unable to really get a feel of how many people are in here. So the more contact the more we get talking, the better. All right, how's it going, Triple Diamond? Getting a little excited here. We're just kind of letting people come in, and we're gonna get ready. Got myself an energy drink here. I feel like it's gonna be a long night. I got some water for when my throat eventually gets a little sore from talking so much. What I'm planning on doing is right now there isn't anything too crazy going on. I'm going to give a general update, and I'm going to keep the feed going, but I'm going to turn the sound and the mic of myself off, and I will just kind of come in and out when things are starting to go on. So, all right. Alright, guys. Alright, see, just kind of giving everyone just a couple minutes to come in before I really start talking, so I don't repeat myself too much. But overall, we've had some storms fire up down to the west of Dallas, and storms south of the Oklahoma City area, and you know, it's going to be right about that time where I figured storms were going to get going, and they're going, and they're actually going a little further south than I initially thought. I thought Dallas wasn't going to see anything until a bit later, and then the way models trended, things just kind of took off pretty quickly. So that's a general idea of what we're seeing here. All right, I think, yeah, I'm going to start here for everybody who's in the chat. I'm going to start by going over the Oklahoma City area. And if you have any questions, comments or questions, and whatever, just type into the chat and we'll be sure to answer as soon as we can. So I'm going to first zoom in. So we had the storm that formed. If any of you saw my video on Facebook, I'm going to roll the radar back a little bit here. We had the storm form kind of off between Duncan and Paul's Valley, and it's been moving off to the northeast. Oh, what's this? Oh, we got some quarter-size hail already broadcast out of Purcell, and that was what I was actually the reason I came on live here, and I'm going to jump to our more high-resolution radar, is the fact that we had a north split. Oh wow, this looks pretty good. We had north split supercell. So what happened was the storm that was down here by Duncan, it spat out a left split, and these north split cells typically they end up dropping pretty big hail. Once they really get themselves going here, and this is heading pretty much on a crash course for probably the east sides of Norman. And oh, looks like we got something trying to form just to the south of Norman here. So we had, let's see, somebody reported penny. So we got penny and a quarter size hail in this north split. So this isn't the strongest one. We have other stuff kind of getting in the way here. But this storm back by Kreiner looks like it's trying to strengthen as its own supercell. That's moving for a crash course directly with Norman. So we're gonna watch and see how this thing strengthens. It went from pretty much nothing to now it's got a pretty good. It's got just under severe levels for a marker, and you can see it. Yeah, it's really starting to kind of get itself together a little bit here. I'm gonna watch this. Not much rotation. Let's see if there's anything in the mid levels. Yeah, it's just getting itself to going here, guys. So we're gonna watch this. This storm over here, the apparent storm. Okay, yeah, we're definitely starting to see some hail. It's saying the hail marker is only saying about an inch. However, all the other parameters here, so we're looking here, all these greens and blues and yellows, and then all this gray here in these two little windows here indicates, yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of hail falling out of here. Whether or not it's really big hail, I wouldn't say it's anything bigger than like ping pong golf ball size hail, but there's definitely a ton of hail falling in this storm right now, and that's continuing to strengthen as it's getting isolated. It finished spitting out a north split, and it's getting isolated just to the north of Paul's Valley, and this thing's racing off to the northeast. Now, in terms of Oklahoma City itself, nothing has formed quite yet. Yeah, nothing seems to have formed quite yet off to the west sides of Oklahoma City or anything. It's all the action is off to the south and kind of easing north. So we're really curious to see what's going to happen mainly with this storm here. This is the one that's heading right for Norman, and it's going pretty quick. So we're going to see how that's going. Let's see, I'm going to check on the chat. The Purcell storm looked good. It looks like it was just overall, Purcell was some isolated course. So you see here, like right in here, we have little specks and spots of the correlation coefficient being a little bit lower. So that's indicating that we have, some hail. So we had some around quarter size hail. So definitely isolated quarter size hail. Nothing too crazy. This storm continuing to get my attention here. But anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to check out down by the Dallas area. I'll check back in with Oklahoma in a few minutes once we have stuff going on. The stuff down over in the Dallas area, I'm pretty interested in just because the position of these cells here are ideal for the city of Dallas itself, Fort Worth and Dallas, to get a pretty good smack in. So we have these storms that formed over by Stephenville. This one to the north looks like it's dying out to the southern storm here, as it's really starting to take off pretty quick. And it is moving, if I drew a line, it's moving pretty much in a direction where it would ride along 67 through Claiborne, and eventually Midlothian, and then through the south sides of Dallas. So we're watching this extremely carefully, as it looks like there may be some big time storms in here, as these are taking off quickly, but also the fact that there's some other showers trying to form off to the south it might be a little too much development. So we're gonna see. We're gonna wait and see what happens with these storms here. I have velocities on that. All right, further north, we had a decent storm that a solid hail spike that moved through way off to the northwest of Mineral Wells. So a couple areas around this, whichever lake this is here. It dropped some marginally severe hail, moved off, and it's kind of dying off a little bit. Same with this storm that was by Grafford. These two storms are kind of dying off. Also watching these very carefully, these showers. One of these storms is going to become the dominant storm and really take off. So we're watching all of this very carefully as it's just far enough west from the Dallas-Fort Worth area to really indicate where the big time storms are going to form. And if they do get themselves going, they'll be right in with some serious population centers. Otherwise, things are still just kind of getting going here. Not too much off to the north. We have this tornado watch. It's in effect for the entire evening. And let's see, anybody have any other comments? Move to east, Norman, it looks like. Yes, Triple Diamond. Looks like that storm is moving towards the east side of Norman. Oh, alright, we got us. Alright, so this storm, I just kind of popped back in here, the storm by Kreiner that I was watching very carefully. We just had the storm chaser Mark Hill. He reported just a couple moments ago that we have quarter-size hail in this storm. So this storm is producing quarters right now, and pretty much exactly on where his location is. So we have right up in here. You can see here is the up to quarter-size hail. So this storm is. I'm watching this one most carefully. It's away from any other convection, so there's nothing really getting in the way of the storm. So, and it's moving in a direction that's ideal for hitting the Norman area. So, let's see, I'm trying to see. So it'd be like the south and east sides of Norman is where this is heading towards. So we're gonna watch this very carefully here. Oh, what's this? Oh, we got a funnel cloud forming on this storm down by Paul's Valley. Just keep that in mind. Oh yeah. Okay, this is actually starting to look a little bit. Sorry for the total jumping around here, guys. I'm seeing stuff as you guys are seeing stuff. This storm down here by Paul's Valley, I can see going tornadic very quickly. This little circle here, right here on the radar, definitely is indicating where the rotation is. And Derek will probably go live on Facebook fairly soon. I wouldn't be surprised, just because he is on the storm runner. Man, yeah, this storm is really getting excited here. The hill marker is extremely small, but you can see just what I can see personally on here. The fact that there's definitely much bigger hail falling. It may be kind of isolated, but it's definitely falling right over Paoli, and possibly a tornado is beginning to form as well within this storm. Further to the north, again, watching this storm as it heads generally towards the Norman area, watching to see if it strengthens any or if it kind of dies out. But either way, that's the only thing for the immediate metro that I see of concern right now, because I don't see anything forming at the moment. Yeah, there's nothing really forming. It's pretty clear off to the west of Oklahoma City proper. So it's basically that one storm down south by the Norman area, just south of Norman, and the storm by Paul's Valley, which I wouldn't be surprised if it went tornado warned in the next 2 minutes. So looks like that's what's happening right now. It's in south central Oklahoma. The main area, I mean, in terms of what I was thinking, I thought the best area for tornadoes would be slightly further south. I was about a county and a half off from where I was this morning. I said Ardmore would be the place. Looks like Paul's Valley. Looks like we might see some tornadoes there. And again, the stuff down by Dallas, I'm really curious to see how this plays out, because all of our high resolution models and everything we were looking at looked like things weren't going to go off in Dallas till way later tonight. So the fact there's stuff going on right now has me very, very interested in what's happening there. Alright guys, I think I'm going to take a moment's break here, and I'll have this screen, what we have right here, playing, and I will cut back in, and you'll probably see like the other radars, so I'll still be at this computer. I'm just gonna kill my audio and the video in my little meteorologist feed box, and I'll come back in when it deems necessary. So we'll just continue this live stream going, so you can at least see the radar and see what we're looking at and everything, and then we're just go from there. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a little break here, and I'll see you back in when it deems necessary. All right. Okay. Alright guys, I popped back in here so I can show, oh yeah, it just popped up right now. The storm, you knowing the marker is really small here. The radar does not lie. I was watching this very carefully. I was very impressed with how large and wide of an area we have here of the blues and the greens. And we have golf ball size hail reported from a storm chaser who actually someone who's chasing with one of my roommates right now, and they were right in here, where this hook had golf ball size hail, which indicates to me that there was bigger hail way over here in this area with all the greens and the blues all over the place here. So I bet there's definitely pretty large hail falling in this storm. In terms of rotation and tornado threat, there looks like there's a non-rotating wall cloud right now. The conditions for a tornado are just barely there, so alright, looks like we have another storm trying to form up by the Lindsay area. The storm that was heading towards Norman looks like it kind of fell apart as we moved past Washington. It continued to drop quarter-size hail a little bit, and now looks like in Noble right now, Bay probably got some pea-size hail, but Norman itself looks like you're just getting some rain. And all this seems to be just slowly rising to the north. Now, in terms of Oklahoma City itself, we don't see any sort of development in the next couple hours, and Oklahoma City may actually be too far north, which would surprise me quite a bit, honestly, mainly because the way things were trending. But hey, you know, sometimes all those last second little deviations, it might have just been those showers that came through earlier this afternoon, may hinder our chances a little bit. But at the same time, I'd say it's a little too early to call things off. I think the chance is still definitely there. The dry line is probably extending just like this here between Watauga, going from Watauga down to just the west of Lawton. So I can definitely see storms trying to fire up in the near future. We're getting really close to the power hour time, so that is, if storms don't happen after that, then yeah, we won't be seeing too much. But I just wanted to point out right now, the storms that have formed, they are dropping pretty big hail, even though they don't look that impressive on radar. It's just the conditions are very primed. I'm going to check back down to the Dallas area right now. We have this one storm that looks like it's doing some work. 2-inch report, you said?
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess hang on, let me just bring that up on this one. Yep, somebody's reported, 2-inch size hail now in this storm. So yeah, there's definitely big time hail. Again, like looking on here, if you see all these blues and greens like this, that definitely indicates, so this is almost, looks like it's almost entirely hail right now looking, yeah. So it's pretty much just hailing. There's not much rain. This is all just hail falling, and we had, it looks like widespread golf ball to 2-inch size hail. Wouldn't be surprised a little bit bigger hail is in there. Checking back on the rotation, it's trying to tighten up a little bit in terms of rotation. Don't be surprised if this has a funnel cloud or something in the near future. But big time hail off to the north of it. If we get other storms to go up in a similar fashion, that we will. This is what you'll expect. Big time hail, even with like a small marker. It's more ping pong balls. Come on, guys. Anyway, so we're looking to see here. There's storms trying to form to the south of Norman, but it's looking kind of like a mess right now. It's also a little harder to see stuff as it gets towards the radar in Norman, but right now I'd say Norman, you're not seeing too much at the moment. Let's see if anybody has any comments coming in. Nope. Okay. And all right. Oh, tennis ball size hail. Okay, that makes sense. We got the tennis ball size hail. So I was kind of waiting. I wasn't gonna cry wolf on it, but yeah, tennis ball size hail. Lots of really big hail. We're already at tennis balls on this one storm that kind of looked just all right. So that gives you an idea of what we have in store, and hopefully we can get something to form a little further to the north, and right in Oklahoma City, but just north of Pauls Valley and Paoli, we have tennis ball size hail that has fallen. Oh, we also have golf ball size hail now on the storm that's heading. Let's see. I'm going to switch to the Dallas area now. So this storm has golf ball size hail in it, which does not surprise me in the least. It's moving east-northeast, and I can see this heading, let's see, it's heading generally towards the Denton area. If we take a little bit of a right turn, it might go right to Denton a little bit, and it has plenty of time for it to strengthen. Further south here, we have a storm that looks like it's trying to consolidate itself into one cell here just to the west of Weatherford. And even further to the south, down by Stephenville, we have this one storm that, wow, yeah, it had a pretty solid marker on it here. And that this is trying really hard to get something together, but looks like it's just streaming a little too much on top of itself. But we got to watch all this very carefully as energy gets spat out. Things can very quickly go up across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but right now I'm watching most carefully this one storm to the southwest of Decatur. This will be on a crash course with Denton, Texas. You can see it's moving pretty much like this, so it'll be heading towards Denton, Texas. Any little deviations, obviously, and we could be moving further east towards places like Highland and Corinth. But right now, it looks like it's heading towards Denton, and this has a history of dropping golf ball size hail, and I believe it's beginning to continue to strengthen. It's only $1 at the moment, but don't let that fool you. It's definitely dropping golf ball. Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely dropping golf ball size hail right now. As it continues, I believe this thing might try to plant itself on the ground a little more, and that if that was the case, it would turn right and move more towards an easterly direction. So that's what we have going on right now. Let's see, I might jump back in and see what's going on in Oklahoma overall. Zoom out. We have one storm way up here, not by Englewood, Kansas. This has probably some marginally severe hail. I don't have a radar for that open right now, so I'm not going to check in on it at the moment. But we're just going to kind of focus, for the most part, here on storms happening in the Oklahoma City area and the Dallas area. All right, Triple Diamond, I'll show you what's happening in the Norman Knoll storm. Right now, it's looking mostly just like rain as it moved through. Might have been some pea-size hail on the east sides of Noble. Okay, I'm getting some text messages, so I'm getting stuff from all directions here. Wow, man, yeah, this storm's really taking off now. Yeah, the storm just the east of Paoli is really starting to take off. It's showing a lot more hail. Yeah, it's dropping probably close to baseball size hail now as it's heading towards the tiny little town of Byers. Oh, getting a phone call. I'm just gonna ignore it for a second. I will go through that in a little bit. Northeast Norman. What's happening here? I can see maybe a little bit of small hail happening in Northeast Norman right now, and otherwise the Oklahoma City area is pretty quiet for the moment. I'm going to take another break here. I have a phone call I gotta take. I'll keep this up just like this, and I'll be back online in just a couple minutes. I just have to deal with a phone call real quick. Okay, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that little break there. I had to take a phone call real quick, but I'm here now, and actually, currently, we have Derek is live right now. So what I'm gonna do, he is in on this storm right here. So he's in on the storm that's now tornado warned. That's off by east by Paoli. I'm gonna bring up the Facebook live stream. Click on it here. When I hear the sound, I'm going to bring it over to this screen so we can watch Derek currently live streaming on this storm. You can find us on Facebook as well. And, okay, looks like our live stream's getting a little interrupted here and there. But it should resume quickly. But they're right in on the storm. But they're in the storm that's been dropping tennis ball size hail. And we actually have another storm here that's to the east of Oklahoma City that on the east side's in Norman and more. Alright, I'm gonna be quiet and let their Facebook, let the base Facebook stream.
It's like a tennis or a baseball right there. Can we go get it? I'll go get it. Alright, hold on, let me put my window up here. I'm getting rained on.
So you can find us on our Facebook feed. I'm just kind of kicking in on this every now and again. Just so you guys can see. We're getting confirmation. Oh boy. Got some serious shaky cam going
Be
on.
careful, Derek. Don't ever do what he's doing. This is so stupid. So stupid. Look at these. These are melted for a little while. Those are hard, though. 2-inch hail right there.
Okay, guys. Alright, so you see, got some big time hail happening.
Where are we? Derek's got the iPad. Derek, where are we? I want to know where we're at. We're on Highway 59. Let's see. Here. We got the river kind of jacking with us right now, actually. So we're near Byers. We are near Byers, Oklahoma. We're about 4 miles, 5 miles east of Byers. 4 or 5 miles east of Byers. West of Byers. West of Byers. So, all right. So that way we just moved off to our east. So now we're gonna go and try to core punch it again. It's a never-ending battle. I think I got my good camera wet. That's not good. Alright, so here we go. We're on Highway 59 headed towards Byers, Oklahoma. Just went through some there's somebody needs a new roof. I've at least got a few hits because those hail chunks got picked up apart. You can see the hail still laying on the road out in front of us. We're about to get back into it. Yep, it should be headed back into it here any minute now. Look at all that hail. Oh, March. Look, it just stops and it starts making hail. We're like directly under the upgrade. You can like see them like floating down. See if we can go in. I probably can't see them. So we got the Canadian River is kind of jacking with us right here. We're gonna get north of the Canadian River. Tornado threat on this stuff, guys, is literally zero. They just warned it. For tornado? Tornado warning, yeah. What? Where? Here, take this so I can look at it. Issue a tornado warning on it. So, issue a tornado warning pretty much for right where we are. I don't see it. You know what, guys? I hope everybody's, if you guys are like, so the little like button's down at the bottom.
Alright, guys, I'm going to kill the Facebook live stream for a little bit here. And I'm gonna take over and chit chat with you. You can go on Facebook if you want to keep watching Derek's live stream. You can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take the time right now to kind of go over the storms that are happening. We have the storm that I mentioned before I had to take a phone call. It's now heading towards Paradise. This is on a beeline for Denton, Texas. So in the next hour or so, Denton, Texas, we're definitely going to have to watch out as this has a pretty nice core on it. Definitely dropping some golf ball size hail right now as it's heading towards Paradise. The basic theme of the storms so far today is definitely the hail size marker, that algorithm is severely underdoing how big the hail actually is in these storms. So this is probably dropping off golf ball size hail. So we have this storm that's right by Bowie right now, and that has a pretty good core on it as well. Man, yeah, big time hail spike. So heading that's heading into Oklahoma pretty soon here towards that'll head across I-35 probably by like Marietta. And a little bit further south, this storm just to the north of Weatherford is really starting to look a lot better right now. It's starting to get that little arc shape going on. And further to the south, things are looking like kind of a mess down by Stephenville. I think this is just going to turn into a line and head southward. Yeah, okay. Yep. So yeah, we're definitely watching this storm by to the north of Weatherford. This is definitely the one that can affect the most people, and the storm by Paradise is strengthening quite a bit, and that is going to head towards Denton. So in the coming hour or so, things may get very interesting for Dallas-Fort Worth. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to jump over to, here we go, to what's happening in Oklahoma. Right now we have a storm with probably some marginally severe hail on the very far eastern sides of Oklahoma City and what's this, Hera or something? Yeah, over by Hera and Choctaw. South side's at Hera, I believe. I don't know my geography of Oklahoma City perfect yet, but there's definitely, looks like it's probably some isolated quarter size hail. As it moved through eastern Norman, I wouldn't be shocked if we had nickel to quarter size hail somewhere in there. I can't pinpoint exactly where at this exact time, but right here off of I-40 between, let's see, Indian Meridian and the South Peebly Road. Looks like we have some probably marginally severe hail happening right now as it's crossing out of where the radar was, so we get a better view of what's happening. To the south here, yeah, not surprised they warned this storm that was south of Wynnewood. Looks like the better dynamics are kicking in now. So we have big time hail starting to form by like this storm south of Wynnewood is looking a lot better. We have the storm that Derek and Frank is currently on by Byers. We saw that was definitely 2-inch, 2.5-inch size hail as this continues to move off to the north and east. There's a tornado warning, but in terms of tornado threat, it's looking very, very low right now. They were hanging out right under where the tornado threat is, and there's no tornado. So, but big time hail, and all right. Yeah, as the storm's heading towards Hera, Triple Diamond is looking like it might be strengthening right now. I can't tell exactly. It's very hard to get a good read on it. It's the exact second. I'm gonna off screen here. I'm actually gonna take the time to try to see if we can see any sort of confirmation from anybody talking about the storm. See if there's any sort of pictures coming in. Just pretty much look on social media just for a second while we're talking, because it looks like the storm, as it's pulling away from the radar, the marker keeps going up. And then go to that phone call for a second, and yeah, there's definitely hail happening as the storm's heading quickly towards Hera. So these are Heather's favorite storms to map, the ones that are right over the radar. Those are the most fun storms to map.
I can't see.
Yes. All right, hang on. I don't look at that right now. I'm not getting too much on social media yet, but it's still pretty early. All right. Just now, yeah. So it looks like we have. I'm seeing pictures in the Oklahoma City area, so probably far eastern Oklahoma City, of some half-inch sized hail. What's this video like? Turn my volume off. 40 in Choctaw Road. I'm just bringing up the video here. Here you go. So I have a video here. I'll bring it over to you guys. That would be on my Facebook page. This is on I-40 and Choctaw Road. And it looks like probably some isolated quarter-size hail. So that's what's happening right now on that storm that is currently happening right now that you see on the screen. Now, if it's, I can't tell you whether or not it's strengthening at this exact, actually, well, let me see. I'm going to go back on that. Yeah, it's either maintaining its strength right now, or it is, as it's pulling away from the radar, or it's starting to strengthen. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly as it's heading towards Hera, mainly because it's pulling away from the radar, and sometimes when storms pull away from the radar, and they're not looking super crazy. Oh, that's interesting. No, I would not say golf balls in the Hera storm right now. I definitely, as of this exact second, that may change very quickly. So, what the heck? It's not what I want to know. Hell, all right. We are. Yeah, right now as the storm's heading towards Hera. Sorry if I'm quiet for a second. I'm just thumbing through social media quickly off camera, so that can sometimes cause a couple moments of silence here. All right. I don't know where Draper. Okay, this is where you guys can help me out as the Yankee. I'm from Connecticut. I should mention, so I'm from Oklahoma, so I don't know exactly, but this is the Draper Lake area. Where is Draper Lake? Can you search Draper Lake, Oklahoma, real quick for me? Is that in I feel like that's in the metro area. Okay, yeah. So this is on the south side. So this is what we have here. So it looks like this is a little bit It's a little bit bigger than quarter-size hail. That looks like it's a $half size hail. So changing my tune a little bit now that I have a picture to go through. Let's see, this is from New Walla. Yeah, a lot of little hail here. So I'm just looking. That's from right now. I just pulled that off of Facebook because it really helps. So it looks like, all right, so Draper Lake, I believe, is this one right here. So that storm, yeah, so that drops some quarters, which means the storm near Hera. Okay, as we're pulling further and further away from the radar, the storm near Hera. Okay, this one frame right now, as I'm talking with you guys, is looking a lot better. So we're south of the Hera storm. We're just south of Hera. The picture that I had up, that was at Draper Lake, and so I believe this is Draper Lake. And now the storm heading towards Hera, we're definitely looking at at least ping pong ball size hail on the south sides of Hera right now. So we're getting some solid hail, and right now the marker is only saying 0.67 inches, but we're very close to the radar. So as we're pulling away from the radar, we're getting a higher and higher look at the storm. So we're seeing a thicker area. So I'm going to keep kind of going back and forth off of social media and talking with you guys because I need to since Heather is in the room here with me, I'm looking. Okay. Alright guys, so I wouldn't be surprised if we are talking about the possibility of closing on a golf ball size hail. Okay, yeah, we're closing on a golf ball size hail for sure currently in Hera. So along like North Dobbs Road and Northeast 10th Street, we're definitely seeing some bigger hail falling currently. And I'm switching things around a little bit here. I'm taking the time to check other storms. The other storms, yeah, are golf balls. Not new news really too much on just checking the Dallas area real quick. All right, and with that, I'm going to focus in here on the storm that's in the Hera area. So So it looks like we just have a little pop up here of hail as we pull them away from the radar. The storm just embedded with all this other garbage, and Hera is getting hit right now in this area. So you see all these greens and blues. You see how, and here we have lots of gray showing up. That indicates that we are probably getting some solidly good size hail of the ping pong ball, maybe approaching golf ball size hail. I can't confirm that at this exact second. And I'm trying to help. I'm trying to. Of course, people are getting all mad that the game is being interrupted. So yeah, right now in Hera, definitely getting at least ping pong ball size hail falling at the moment. I believe Hera is not within our texting city ranges, so if you're one of our clients and this does drop golf ball size hail, I believe we don't send out text alerts for it. I can double check quickly, but I guess that's the upside of these live broadcasts. You can get some help here on these smartphones. And then also, as I'm looking around here, it looks like down south of Choctaw, right here, it looks like there's hail falling within the storm too, which makes sense. This storm might be trying to strengthen quickly here, as it's just pulling away from the radar. Yes, yeah, my suspicions seem to be getting confirmed as I'm talking. So not entirely sure. You guys can kind of chime in and help me out here and tell me where exactly this is. But so here's Choctaw and off to the west, Midwest City. So if this is part of Choctaw or what town this technically is in here, but it's along Southeast 29th Street and Indian Meridian. They're getting probably some quarter to $50 size hail, and I think this is what affected the Draper Lake area. Yeah, so that's what's happening here. So we have probably quarter, $50 size hail, maybe even a little bit larger than that there. And Hera, you definitely just got some sizable hail of ping pong ball to possibly up to some golf ball size hail. And hopefully I can get some better confirmation. Oh, wow. Okay. So it looks like we got some bigger hail happening just to north on the north sides of Hera now. Getting a lot more returns here. So Pinecrest Road and East 1040 Road. I'm not sure how much there is around here, but there's, yeah, okay. So it looks like this storm this may be the north split from something from earlier. Because we're seeing definitely quite a bit of hail. Regardless of how big it is, there's definitely a lot of hail falling right now in Hera. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have golf ball size hail and a lot of slightly smaller hail. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Ping pong ball size hail possible. Okay, well, that's not what's happening right now. Alright, I'm checking social media again, seeing if we can get any updates. Alright. Okay, so here's what somebody showed in the Hera area. So I'm looking more like the lots of hail with some bigger hail mixed in type situation. So we have this picture in Hera. You can see a bigger piece of hail here. So it's like quarter $50 size hail and a lot of little hail. I'm not exactly sure where in Hera that is, so that can really determine what's happening, but I still stand by the fact that there probably is ping pong ball size hail or maybe even up to some golf ball size hail that happened in Hera, especially now on the north sides of Hera as the storm is pushing off to the north, further to the south here. I'm not sure if this is Hera or Choctaw. There might be some quarter size hail in here as well. Oh, what is this? Is this sun trying to form? It looks like we might have a shower trying to form right here in Oklahoma City. So we gotta watch this very carefully. This is right here in Bethany and Rad Northwest Expressway. It's kind of close to where my house is. I live on the northwest side of Oklahoma City, northwest of Hefner Park, Lake Hefner. So it's pretty close to my area, but we gotta watch this tiny little shower very carefully. All it takes is a tiny little shower to get going, and suddenly you can have a big time storm. All right, is someone live mapping, and how can I see that? Yes, someone is live mapping. Heather is currently live mapping. She's just outside of frame on the camera here, but you can see that if you are a subscriber, you can go over to on the left side and you see maps. And you can, or I think you just go on the dashboard and you just click on whatever the most recent map name is. What is this called? Is you change it to anything?
It's just Oklahoma right now.
It's just called Oklahoma. You click on that. Is it a 2-star map yet, or is it still? I mean, there's
Probably could.
yeah, put it as a 2-star map. So yeah, if you're an Oklahoma subscriber, you can just click on that and just bring up the map, and you can just kind of watch the map. You hit refresh, and you can see the map update and whatnot. Heather is manning everything right now, so things may be slightly slower than what they normally are, but you can see as things are happening. Let's say they updated the morning. So ping pong ball size hail. They have no indication. They just okay. So yeah, storm just moved through Hera. For those of you tuning in, it's the only map at the moment, correct? For Oklahoma, we're doing all the maps in Oklahoma. It's all going to be just one big map today available. It's just called Oklahoma right now. We're splitting it up, so we're going to have Oklahoma, and then we also have Texas. We have stuff happening in Texas right now. So those are the 2 maps currently occurring. I don't see any official reports coming in right now. Okay, we got some better. All right. So this overall view, we had some big hail that happened just north of Paul's Valley. We have another storm just north of Sulphur. Looks like we have another shower trying to pop up, and this may head towards Ardmore. We have storms down here. Bowie's getting quarter-size hail right now, and then this storm I'm watching very carefully now south of Decatur. Looks like it has a quarter-size hail. That's heading right for Denton, and yeah, this storm north of Weatherford is also looking good as well. So I may switch back over to the Dallas region fairly soon. Glitch, someone said. Okay. All right. I'm going to take another look at social media. This is a type of stuff we use. Okay. All right. So here's some bigger hail. So I'm going to bring this over for you guys. I knew there's definitely some, at least ping pong ball size hail, and it looks like we have. This is on 29th and Choctaw Road, and this is definitely quarter to closing, quarter $half. Let's see, how big is the golf ball in my hand here? Yeah, it's probably close to ping pong ball size hail, this middle piece of hail here. So, again, so there you have for the, in terms of hail. All right, golf ball size hail in here. Well, let's just see about that. Are we going to confirm what I'm saying? I'll get this video to play in a second here for you guys. Yeah, so this is what's happening in Hera right now. Yeah, okay, yeah, some golf balls in there. Definitely some golf balls in here. So we have just a couple photos that we see here in the Hera area. Yeah, so we definitely have Hera to ping pong to some isolated golf ball size hail that currently happened. We were just talking about that a few minutes ago. Oh wow, I-40 and Anderson Road. That is is that in Oklahoma City? Yeah, okay, yeah. So, oh yeah, more we're looking into it. So definitely there's some spots of Hera ain't that much big hail, but in other parts of Hera we have I-40 and Anderson Road. Let's try to look that up for you guys right now. So where's I-40? We got I-40 here, and roll this back. I'll take. Bear with me a second here. I'm going to try to figure out where Anderson Road is. Alright, so that's right up in here. So that means we had golf ball size hail in this section. So like the intersection of Highway 3 and I-40. So we had golf ball size hail up in here. So we see this green area. I was kind of wondering what we were going to be seeing. And yeah, so it looks like we had golf ball size hail in Choctaw. And now... okay, now it looks like we're places that got hit in Hera, so are getting hit again right now. So on Luther Road and Highway 62, you just got hit a few minutes ago, so you're getting hit again. And it looks like Hera, this stuff that went through Hera, we have a ping pong ball to golf ball size hail. All right, we got this warning here, warn for ping pong balls. So this isn't like the craziest storm in the world, but it is, okay, yeah, this storm... it's looking pretty good as it heads towards Luther and Wellston. Definitely have golf balls in there now. Now it looks like the storm is definitely strengthening. We're getting into the time of day where the environment is much more favorable for storms. So we have golf ball size hail, and this is heading towards Luther and Wellston, and further to the south, over between Choctaw and Hara, looks like you have possibly some ping pong ball to golf ball size hail falling as well. Further to the south, looks like this storm that was dropping really big hail before has begun to weaken, and this storm, let's see, almost tennis ball size hail fell on the storm that was over by Wynnewood. So these storms down to our south keep kicking up real quick, and then they're dropping massive hail. It looks like it's starting to die off already. It's kind of crazy. We have more storms forming off to the west, but this storm over by Ardmore might get itself together very fast. We have another storm forming right here by Velma again, and let's see, I'm not seeing much going on in this little shower over by Oklahoma City. Now, Oklahoma City itself, I'm not seeing anything forming off to your west, which may be a bummer for you guys who really want big time hail in Oklahoma City. Alright, what's this? I got another video here that I'm checking out. Alright. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple things here. Here's another good video for you guys playing. Look at all the lots of hail falling. So you have the varying sizes, but definitely have some bigger hail in there as well. And that's happening right now or just recently happened in Hara. And that map is online. It's a 2-star map as of right now. And yeah, it looks like Hara, parts of Choctaw and Hara again hit again already. So here in again on Luther Road and Northeast 50th Street, you're getting hit with some marginally severe hail right now, and the bigger hail is now off to the north, heading straight for Wellston and parts of Luther and Warwick. Otherwise, Oklahoma City is kind of quiet at the moment. I'm going to see if anything else is to form. It's going to happen kind of soon. And I think I'm going to shift my focus now for a little while, guys, to the Dallas area. Now we have viewers in multiple areas, so I got to split my attention. Let's take the time to look at some more posts on social media real quick. I'm using News 9 currently just to look at some stuff. Yeah, so we have between Indian Meridian and 59th Street, that's some $50 size hail. All right. Yeah, so Choctaw Road and Southeast 23rd, it's more decent size hail. That's fine. Is this just a conglomerate picture here? That's a good size hailstone. That's definitely some golf ball size hail right there. Person did not post where he was from, however. Alright, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to shift gears a little bit here, and I'm going to bring up the stuff that's occurring in the Dallas area, because I believe, yep, that's a golf ball report in Paradise, Texas. I definitely saw that was going to be occurring based on what I was seeing on radar. Oh yeah, storm's looking real good now. So we definitely have golf ball size hail, but reported by a storm chaser by the name of Alec Jones. And this storm is now definitely moving. It's moving much more eastwardly than it was northerly. So Denton, look out. This is going to come in the next hour or so. So probably by about, let's see what time is it now, about 6:30. By about 7:30, we're talking potential for Denton to see a pretty solid hailstorm, assuming nothing else gets in its way. And then we have this storm here that's also strengthening across. Okay, I'm going to have 1 second, guys. We got phone starting to ring here, so I'm going to. I have to kind of let that go, but you know, I'm going to pause this just for a second, guys. I'm going to keep the radar up, and I need to get somebody else into the office here to answer some phone calls for us, so we can do the best that we can for customer service for you. And also, we have golf ball size hail currently occurring on that storm by Luther and Wellston. So I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to kill my audio on my camera for a second, and we'll be back. Okay, all right, guys. For any of you who are trying to give me a call, uh, hold off for about 5 to 10 minutes. Matt is leaving his house right now. He's coming to the office, and he's going to answer all the phone calls since Heather is working pretty hard right now, and I am doing this. So little bit busy here. Uh, okay, all right. Where was I? All right, I'm going to go back to Oklahoma City just for a second, mainly because we had golf ball size hail reported in this stuff as it's heading into Wellston. Wellston, right now, you guys are getting probably golf ball size hails beginning to fall in the small town of Wellston, and very soon in the town of Luther. Uh, Otherwise, there is not much happening in the Oklahoma City area right now. I wouldn't be surprised if this outflow boundary kicks some stuff off soon. But anyway, uh, otherwise, the other storms are pretty rural and look to be. This one's dying off a little bit further to the south. Ardmore storm is trying to get itself together pretty quickly here, along with these storms down further to the south. But enough of that for the time being. I'm going to shift my focus to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area because it looks like storms are starting. Ooh, look at that. That's some decent sized hail. We got some decent sized hail coming out of the Choctaw and Hara areas. So I'll probably do a little period of showing some pictures and everything in a little bit. But right now, I'm definitely going to shift focus onto this storm as we're moving towards the Denton area. Right now, just the southwestern side of Decatur looks like it's getting blasted right now. Like Decatur itself is not getting severe hail, but southwest of Decatur here on Highway 287 and by what's this road? County Road 4228. We have the storm golf ball size hail as it's moving to the east, and we now have a warning for golf balls. And Denton, Texas, is now under a severe thunderstorm warning as this storm is starting to head in that general direction. We have a storm that's trying to get its act together a little bit. It may or may not be dying as it's moving very close to Tarrant County. It's very close to a lot of population, so we're watching it extremely carefully. And let's see here, and a little further south, we have a storm trying to form now that will be heading towards the Fort Worth area if it can get itself together quickly here. And possibly these storms are starting to consolidate into just one supercell as this would be heading towards Claiborne eventually. So there's a whole bunch of storms heading generally in the direction of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. In terms of this storm, it looked a little bit better a little while ago as it was over Paradise. Now it still looks good. It's not as good as it was before, but we're going to see how this thing evolves and get a little further. It might be trying to suck in some moisture from the storm south of it. So we got to see how that plays out. But Denton, Texas, you're under the gun in the next hour or so. We're going to keep streaming here with you guys. We've had plenty of bigger hail reports come in already off of the storms in Oklahoma. As up to tennis ball size hail, we had 2.25 inch hail. Oh, is this another warning that just went up right now? Yes. All right, we're getting everything. We got a severe thunderstorm warning bonanza going on right now. This thing's just getting warned left and right, so I'm doing the best I can just to keep up. All right, I'm going to take the time here. I'm going to show a couple of photographs from the Choctaw storm that's being mapped currently and is available for purchase online. I believe it's a 2-star map right now. It's just called Oklahoma for the moment, but it'll be upgraded as we go. Here in Choctaw, it's a little bit bigger than quarters, definitely bigger than quarters here, but definitely easily ping pong ball size hail up to golf ball size hail here in Choctaw. And that's a little bit older stuff for you guys. Other photographs that you guys might want to see here have across. Let's see some quarter size hail. All right. We have another one. We have an intersection here for you guys. Some golf ball size, near golf ball size hail, at least on that one. And then, overall averaging quarter size hail in 15th in Hiawassee in Choctaw. A little more. Somebody got some solid golf balls here. This man's got the right idea with his umbrella. have up to definitely golf ball size hail in Hera, and some hail closer to quarter size hail. This is near Kickapoo in Hera. You can definitely see some bigger hail in there. It's averaging quarter size. And then here on Hiawassee and Southeast 69th Street, we have definitely this dog trying to lick some golf ball size hail. So you can definitely see we had some good size hail in that storm. And I'm going to go and I'm show you guys that again as it moved through the area. It's a little bit harder. It was a little bit harder area to pinpoint because it went like right over the radar. And when things are going over the radar, it can be challenging to see what's going on. And you can see right here as it was over Draper Lake, got itself together, and now here's Hiawassee. This is where all the golf ball reports came in. We're right over by I-40 and what's the name of that road? Anderson, I think. Yeah, in Anderson. It was just the outer edges of the storm here as it kept moving through. So this was the one that did it, and now that's begun to weaken. And even the storm, as it moved through Wellston, looks like it just weakened just as it was getting close to hitting them. And it looks like, I'd say it's went over Luther, probably some quarter-size hail, and now that's beginning to weaken as well. The rest of the Oklahoma City Metro is very, very quiet right now, but we have these showers off to the west that are forming, and I wouldn't be surprised if some bigger storms form off of that. Further to the east, we have south and east, we have weakening storms as they're moving away. Keep an eye out for Ada. Hang on, I'm going to load the counties for you guys here. Hail and Luther, okay. It looks like the hail and Luther on the southwesternmost sides, it looks like there might have been some golf ball size hail, but for the most part, maybe quarters move through the center of town. Otherwise, it's further like towards Wellston and whatnot. They had pretty good golf ball size hail. But it looks like it's a fairly rural section of the area. I'm gonna bring up the road files here for the county that Ada is in. So it looks like things are trying to get a little more interesting there. Just give me a second to get things together here. So I get my road file up. There we go. All right, now we can see where this stuff is going. The storm doesn't look very strong right now, but it's heading pretty close to Ada, so we're taking a second to check it out. I bet right now it's dropping quarter-size hail. See, it was dropping pretty big hail a little while ago, but now, yeah, probably quarter $half size hail right now. Wouldn't be shocked if larger hail ends up happening if we can. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if bigger hail ends up falling, but as of this exact second, from what I'm looking at, I'd say we're looking at quarter to $half size hail across the Ada, moving towards the Ada region as we are speaking. Otherwise, yeah, the rest of Oklahoma is pretty quiet right now. We have not much has formed, which the longer we go without any storms happening in Oklahoma City, the chances begin to dwindle. So we're watching that carefully and seeing what happens down here in the closer to the Dallas Metroplex region. I can bring up the actual radar for that up here. And all right, this storm still seems to be holding its own and chugging along here, just to the south and east of Decatur, and that's heading in the general direction of Denton, Texas. Oh. This is interesting, the last couple frames. It looks like the storm's trying to kick out a different updraft here. See the little curl at the end. That's very interesting. We're going to have to watch this very carefully. We're flirting with danger here in the Denton area as this storm is moving to the east. And also flirting with danger with this one storm. It doesn't look too great right now, but looks like it's trying to strengthen as we're moving towards the northwestern sides of Tarrant County. And this other storm that formed not that long ago is south of Weatherford. This looks like it's going to try to get its act together pretty quickly as well. So we have 3 storms we're watching right now, and the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex region is just off to the east. So we're keeping a very close eye on it as things are heading in that general direction right now. Further to the north, we have it's turning into a mess of storms as a north split is going across the Red River currently, with up to some probably ping pong ball size hail there. Let's see. Otherwise, oh, there we go. There's the golf ball report. I figured that was going to happen right along where I was saying before, right by I-40 and Anderson. That happened as that storm moved pretty much right over the radar and continued to move off to the north and the east. Normally we send out text alerts to our subscribers. This is on east side of Oklahoma City, where it's nowhere near as densely populated, so we did not have any warnings for that. All right, what is this? We got a new mesoscale discussion. Talk about large hail. Got the low. So up to the north, we have these storms that look like they're trying to drop some marginally severe hail and probably attempting to drop a tornado, but they're trying to go linear pretty quickly here. So I wouldn't be shocked if, oh, what is this? 2-inch report. Okay, that doesn't really surprise me too much. This storm was looking very good. So a 2-inch report to the south, just due south of Decatur. And that's the storm. So a golf ball of 2-inch size hail heading in the general direction of Denton. The environment is primed in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex region, so any storms that really get going, they can start dropping big-time hail. No absolutely giant hail so far. We found that tennis ball size hail from that one storm. Otherwise, things have been kind of kept to just around golf ball size hail. That's more than enough to do some damage. So we are, again, watching this all very carefully. Things can change real quick right on a dime here. So we're we're here a lot, streaming live for everybody. All right. I'm going to show a couple more pictures that came in from the Hara region here. Looks like it was pretty good hail. There was definitely a good amount of hail. This was in Hara. All right. So yes, this was in Hara here. You can see there's handfuls of quarter to up to probably some ping pong ball size hail. And then we have looks to be about quarter size hail here in Hara. So another one in Hara. This is definitely golf ball size hail. And yeah, so we just we have storms that move through Hara and Choctaw look like to have been, for at least the Oklahoma City area, the best that we've seen so far. And hopefully we'll see some more form a little bit here. Checking out the storm kind of close to Ada. It's not looking too impressive right now. Looks like it's kind of weakening, so I won't be surprised if Ada only gets some nickel-sized hail out of that. Storm to the north of them looks like it's re-strengthening. That's to the north of Kanawha, and that's going to be moving off to the east, generally towards a pretty sparsely populated area. Further to the north of that, storms just moved to the north of Seminole. Looks like it's trying to strengthen a little bit. And finally, the storms that move through the Choctaw area are now weakening pretty significantly, pretty quickly here. So I'm going to bring this back and show which storm we were talking about. So we had 2 storms that are interesting. We had this one in Hara to move through the region here. That one continued off to the north, and then we had a reported golf ball size hail in Wellston. And then the other storm, this one was a little kind of literally right under the radar, as it was very hard to see what was happening in that storm as it was over Draper Lake, and it started dropping golf ball size hail right in this region here, and then continued off to the north and east, dropping quarter to golf ball size hail all the way up to about Route 62, and then kind of died out as it continued to move northward. Otherwise, things are quiet in Oklahoma City. The focus looks like it's shifting towards the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex region. Look at my let's see what's going on. Derek, for those of you who have been kind of keeping an eye on what Derek's been up to, he told me he is Headed south towards the Red River now. There were golf balls in Asher, Oklahoma, wherever that may be. Yeah. So this storm here. So this dropped golf balls as it was starting to decay. You can tell, yeah, it definitely had golf ball size hail happening there. And this other sling's probably still dropping some golf ball size hail. And now we're going to check out what's happening down by the. Oops, what is this? Didn't mean to do that. We're going down and checking out what's happening as the storm is continuing to head towards Denton area. Oh, my computer seems to be slowing up just a tiny bit, guys, so give me a second here. Okay, so the hail core is starting to enter Denton County now. We're just about to enter Denton County. The storm is looking pretty nice right now, not gonna lie, guys. We are definitely heading towards the potential for a pretty big storm heading towards the Denton area in, again, about an hour from now, or less than an hour from now. So by about 7:30, I can see this moving into Denton with some big time hail, up to 2-inch size hail falling, as this is right now just to the east of Decatur and gonna ride right along Highway 380 as it heads toward the Denton area. Further to the south, this one storm over here by Newark. Again, it looks pretty small, but I can't tell if it's currently trying to strengthen or not. And these storms over by the Weatherford area, looks like they need to be watched very carefully, as these may also be trying to strengthen as well. And the storm is trying to pop up right now just north of Weatherford. So there's a lot of stuff trying to go up very quickly, so it's pretty hard to keep track of everything here across the North Texas area. Just things to note is just we have a bunch of storms heading towards the DFW region, and then more storms off to our south. These look like they'll probably stay south of the metro. Can't imagine the storm is really trying hard to just maintain its strength and flirt with the Metroplex region. There's a potential that this storm may get cut off by this one here, but right now it's looking pretty healthy as it's heading towards Denton. It's moving pretty slowly, so if it does make it to Denton, it'll have a pretty long hail time and a nice sharp cutoff here. So you can tell the biggest hail is hanging out right in here. Probably have the solid golf ball to 2-inch size hail falling in that as it continues to move to the east-northeast. Alright guys, overall, that's another overall view of what we're seeing. I'm going to probably take a tiny break here. My computer is not cooperating with me too much right now, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'll keep the stream of the radar up, and I'm going to turn off the camera and mic for a tiny bit so I can try to figure out what's going on here. I'll be back in a few minutes.